All right, peace and love, world. Welcome to another episode of Conversation with Zoe. This is episode 105, titled Jimmy Scott Jr. Welcome,
My man.
Good to see you, man.
Appreciate you.
Me in person.
Yes, sir.
No Buffalo herd. Buffalo's in the building.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ballistic Man's gear.
Absolutely. So before we get into it, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, support your boy, support small black businesses, doing positive things in the community.
Yes, sir.
So introduce yourself to the world.
My name is Jimmy Scott Jr., and I'm an abstract artist, content creator. I'm here to be a positive influence to everyone alive, and that's to, follow your dreams, follow your heart, and just continue to chase your dream. Like I said, I'm all about people being happy with what they do. That's my mission right now, is basically to try to be a positive example and an influence of you can do what you like to do, and you can eventually monetize what you like to do. So basically that's my heart right now.
Yeah.
And so that's how I'm living.
Yeah, that's beautiful, because that was gonna be my first question, is what's on your heart?
Yeah.
So we got there. But shout out to our first sponsor today, Mr. Frosty.
Yes, sir.
This is the Henny Colada.
Got the mango.
You got the mango. So
It's
nice
smacking
little
too.
cheers. You know what I'm saying? Cheers. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? Doing it right. So thank you, Mr. Frosty,
Mhm.
showing us the love. Definitely follow him. And it's all love.
Yeah,
so
man.
hey, food and lifestyle
Yes.
influencer,
Yep.
viral content creator,
Yes, sir.
400,000 followers,
Yes, sir.
over 100 million views,
Yeah, man.
320,000 followers on TikTok.
Yep.
44,400 followers on Instagram.
Yes, sir. 44,000 on Likey.
Likey.
Yeah.
Tell us what Likey is.
So Likey's yeah.
So I think you were talking about it, and you said sometimes.
Actually, I think it might be up to 47.
I think you were talking about sometimes the least place you expect.
Yep. Sometimes it's the platform, not your content.
Mhm.
And so that's what I'm trying to get more people to realize, is that
Yeah.
people struggle, or they're like, how do you get, people want the views that I get.
Yeah.
And sometimes they might just be on one platform, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and then they wonder why they can't. But what I've done is I've put the same video on multiple platforms and see how it performs.
Yeah.
And just sometimes it's the platform. So that platform is ready for that content,
Yeah.
where another one is not.
Yeah.
And so I'll do a post, I'll get 100 views on Facebook, I'll get my maybe 10,000 on Instagram, I might get 1 million on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'll post it on Triller, might get a couple thousand or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's just testing. And I, from posting on Triller, even though it's not necessarily a big app in which a lot of people are using it, like Instagram,
Yeah.
I go there and I put content for the opportunity of something happening.
Yeah.
Because at some point TikTok's not going to dominate.
Yeah.
Right. And so what is next? And I do look for where the attention is.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's important for building an account on a social media platform, is where is the attention,
Mhm.
right? Where are the eyeballs? So I'm looking for what's next after TikTok. And so I haven't actually started that search, but because it's starting to get on my mind, I'm sure I'm going to start figuring out like what's next.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
How was life growing up in Buffalo?
So I grew up in Lockport, New York, which is a small city outside of Buffalo.
Mhm.
Has one of the largest, widest bridges in the world, actually.
Mhm.
There's like a street that goes across it, and a lot of bridges are streets, but it's like weird the way it is, and it has like a parking lot and stuff. So growing up in Lockport, New York, very diverse, small city with, a lot of different ethnicities and that. And so I was exposed to a lot. Went to public schools. I was never a fan of school, to be honest with you. So that's one of the things that I want to, once again, getting back to my heart, is to be an example to these kids that don't maybe do well in school. I like the message that you give to them, to do well in school. But what I know is that some of them aren't necessarily built for the structure of it. and they would do much better in the creative space of doing something else. But I get it. They might have to they have to conform to it,
Yeah.
from grades 1 through 12 or whatever. But I just want them to know that once they get out of that, there is an opportunity for them to tap into themselves.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's no better time in the world than to go in on yourself than right now. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So before all of this, what were you doing?
So I was a surgical technologist for 20 years, almost 20 years.
So you didn't like school,
No.
but you became a surgical technologist.
Yeah. So that was a 2-year program at a local community college. And I didn't know when I came out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought physical therapy. I knew something medical just because of my heart. It was like, I just, that helping people thing.
Yeah.
Growing up was, what kind of drove me. So I knew medical field. I was thinking physical therapy, but then I'm like, I don't want to spend 5 years in college, spend 80 to 100,000, get out and hate it. And now I got to do this job to pay it back. And so I was like, let me find a 1 or 2 year program that I can get doing something, and then I'll figure it out. And unfortunately, it took me 4 or 5 year plans to get there.
Yeah.
But I got there. And so I don't wish the 20-year process on anybody, but that's one of the things I want to let people know. You don't have to don't give up.
Yeah.
20 years of a job that I hated, and just it was torment for me to be locked in a room being told what to do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm too creative. Like, I need to be out there moving around,
Yeah.
And so but that's me. And so I'm happy that I stuck the course and realized, like, so for me it was what can I be great at? What can I love to do? And how can I make money from it? I'm coming for it all. And so I knew I can make more money. It's like, I can go to college, I can get a better job and make more money. Like, I can do that. But it was about being happy with how I'm doing it. So that's my heart.
Absolutely. How old are you?
41 yesterday.
41. Yeah. Happy belated birthday.
Thanks,
too.
man.
So we
Appreciate
definitely have a couple of drinks for your birthday.
Yes, sir.
So how's it feel to be 41?
I feel better than I ever have from a, emotional, mental, where I'm at mentally. Yeah. Like it's a great place. And I got here about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
When I really, I was telling my man Ballista, something changed, within me 4 or 5 years ago. And it was, I don't know, it was just something that I can't explain, but it was like, Jimmy, you can go do something. You have the different things that you like to do, and you just have to go put it in motion. And I feel like I was listening to the right people, and my mental was right, knowing that this is going to take me 5 to 7 years before I actually am in that zone.
Yeah.
And I'm on my way, man. I mean, I'm 4 to 4.5 years in.
Yeah.
I started the process April 2018. So April, May, June, July, August. So yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. I for our youth and our listeners out there, I just really want to pinpoint that how much you love the process and how much you're willing to give it time. I know things kind of are instant nowadays, but greatness takes time. And sometimes greatness can come quick, but can you be consistent?
Right.
And are we
sustainable? We was having that
sustainable?
conversation.
And are we going to talk about longevity?
All right.
So I think one of the most beautiful things that you said is that going into this, it's what you wanted to do. It was what you were passionate about. It was what you were going to be great, what you were going to love and monetize, but you were going to give it time.
Because the development process, and I think I'm all about development. I understand it to where, all right, I can kind of see, like I've learned it over the years, about myself, is that, it's gonna take some time, but we're gonna get there,
So what went wrong in order to go right?
So what went wrong so for me, it was really that I was working, the torment of working the job that I was working was really like, people really don't appreciate it. I don't think it really understand the torment of needing to do something else. I'm supposed to be doing something else. That was my cry.
Yeah.
And I wanted other people to understand that, but it just seemed like it just wasn't necessarily, you got a good job and just be happy with that.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to get people to realize is that that's not success to me. I can make 400,000. If you make 400,000, you're in the top 1% of the US, which is the richest country. Like you're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's not about the money. It's about the day-to-day happiness of what you're doing to get it.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what I'm about, you know. I'm not, that's why I, you know, posted the other day, like I'm not jealous of another, you know, somebody else's success of what they're doing, especially when I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know? I would, you know, even though just because I like to cook doesn't mean I want to run a restaurant.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's a point too, is that realizing like, yes, I might like to do this, but to take it to the next level, I'm not going to want to do that.
Yeah.
And what I've learned is over this 20-year period in trying stuff, I got a patent for a hat. I tried to start selling clothes before. Like I've tried stuff, lost money in the stock market, like trying to find my thing, you know, and eventually, you know, it happened for me.
It happened for you. I mean, that's one of the messages that I try to hone in on with the kids is like, everyone has their own purpose. And I don't really think, depending on who your teacher is or what school you go to, they're not really telling you about your path and your journey and your purpose and living in your purpose. You know, because school is so linear. It's so direct. Like it's, you know, high school, college, boom, job. Like, and not everybody's life works that way. You know,
grades determine possibly what college you go to, right? Yeah.
So life isn't that direct and that like set in stone that like by 25 you're going to be married and by 27 you're going to have your first kid and by 30 you're going to have a house. And everyone, some people get it earlier, some people get it later, but we all still reach. And I think if you want to give children from the inner city some kind of hope, know that we're all going to get there at our own pace.
Yeah, I can't let anybody rush the process.
No.
You know, I felt the pressure over the last few years to really figure out how to make money because I felt the pressure of that. But I just knew within myself, like I'm not ready to make, like I'm not there yet. You know, but now, you know, after 4.5 years, I felt I can go get something. You know what I mean? So this is the mentality of that. And what I wanted to say too was that I actually failed college. And since it's been 20 years, like I'm not scared to say it at this point. I think the professor is getting, if she didn't already retire, she's about to. So I failed college. I failed being a surgical tech and still became one of the best to do it. And so that's one of the messages that I take to the world, which is, you know, you can't tell me that the grades determine how good you're going to be at the job. You know what I mean? Because I'm hands-on and I'm not necessarily you telling me how to do it. I got to do it. And so by me doing it is how I'm going to learn it. So, yeah, I just was never good at school, but you know, you can't tell me I can't do it just because.
I don't know how churchy everyone in this room is, but in church they would say, this is doing something for somebody, you know? And that's how I feel. I really feel like when the world sees this, it's like, sit tight, hug someone, and just be embraced. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about everything that you're saying so far and where we're getting to. It's about all the intangible things. You know, it's about the things that you can't see, you know, not about the physical things, but about how you feel about yourself internally. And I think that's one of the biggest things that COVID did if you took the time to reflect. Because some people still ran. You know, they had money, unemployment. Shout out to those with the PPP loans. We're praying for you that you guys get through that shit because Biden's coming for that ass. But yeah, he got a special task force. Did you read about that? So he got a special task force directly for PPP loans. So they're tracking down everything. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of people that got swindled. You know, Pookie came up and was like, yo, listen, man, you want to make 100 bands? Just got to give me 10 grand and 90 is yours. Not knowing what Pookie filled out and what he said to get you the 100 grand. But you got your 90 grand. He got his 10. But now your name is on that paper. So we're praying for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys get through that.
I got
It's going to be wild. You saw the lady, I don't know if you know, she started a GoFundMe. So she got hit. I think she took like 20 bands, but she got 3 kids. They started a GoFundMe to start paying it back. People were actually donating. That's her mistake. That was her choice.
I think I did hear about
that. Oh, right here? This way. Got you. So we're going to keep going. Did you always love food?
I've always been a foodie. So I was always the kid eating up my friend's cereal and rice. And yeah, like my one friend was, we played football and he always had to keep his weight down. And he would have portions of rice and stuff. And I would basically go in the fridge and take them and put hot sauce on them and eat them. And it was just what I did. So the food, hot sauce thing, it just is, that's what it is for me. Like I actually live that life. It's actually, you know, a part of who I am.
Yeah.
And that's part of why I do it every day, because that's what I do. I do eat every day.
Yeah.
And that's part of one of the things that, you know, I'm trying to be the example of is, you know, doing what you do every day and, you know, creating that content. Like they say, be the content because you are the content.
Yeah.
But I also realize that the lifestyle isn't for everybody. So I'm not trying to push it on everybody. I'm just trying to be, you know, let it be for who it's for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So doing the food thing, the hot sauce thing, like hot sauce, like Frank's Red Hot was the first thing that I bought when I moved out of my parents' house.
Yeah.
I didn't buy a couch. I didn't buy a TV. I didn't buy a bed.
Yeah.
First thing I bought was Frank's Red Hot. So I actually let them know that, and they sent me this personalized card saying, you know, remember us when, you know, you had no furniture.
Yeah.
So that's like, you know, it's like, this is what it is for me, you know? So it is definitely, you know, it means something deeper than me than just eating ice cream that, you know, so many people could
Do you eat 3 meals a day?
I don't really have a schedule. Like I said, we would go to eat after this, and he's like, "What time you eat?" Like, I don't know. I just, you know, whenever.
Whenever,
I think I have been because I'm doing content, and you know, it's like I want to do a video, so let me cook something. And sometimes I'm not hungry when I do the video.
Yeah,
but I'm just doing the content.
So how do you get through it? You just take the bite and finish the video.
Finish the video, pack it up, and throw it in the fridge. Let it cool. Throw it in the fridge. Eat it later. Yeah. So I want to do like an event, like when I have an event, maybe part of it is to show people like how I can get 5 videos with 1 pack of ramen noodles within 20 minutes. Yeah. Right. Or even cheap. I could within 5 minutes, I can do 5 videos right now with 1 pack of ramen noodles that cost 50 cents. Right. And so for me, it's that type of, from a content creation, like people do have like content creation courses and stuff. And I was I'm thinking about possibly kind of getting into that a little bit.
You gotta get like a masterclass going.
Yeah. It's like just that I'm not necessarily, I don't necessarily like the structure of something like that as far as putting together like a course or something. Yeah. But I may. Yeah. You know, I might get there.
I mean, just something to follow.
Yeah, something that somebody can go back and look at. Yeah. Opposed to me just being with you right now and then forget stuff or something. So yeah, maybe I can have somebody like.
I mean, there'll probably be like a PowerPoint slide or something like that. Yeah. You know, something you can
it's like something on a sheet or front and back. Mm-hmm. You know, just some.
And then
points.
Since you're good in camera, you could actually like record videos explaining. So it could be like kind of a blend of both, like the PowerPoint, but also some videos, some modules that they can go through.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So I want you to give a shout out to your son.
Shout out to my son, Julian Christopher Scott.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he has it. My man. I've been feeling the pressure to, you know, make sure, because what I see in him is something in me, which is a free spirit. Yeah. And I don't want that to be crushed. You know, my hope is that that's not crushed by the evil of the world. Like I want him to keep that free spirit. You know, and so I'm really feeling the pressure to step up as his father and to provide something for him to lean on, you know, from an independent standpoint. Yeah. If he chooses to, like I said, I'm not against, like I do want him to do his own thing because if he doesn't like what he's doing, I don't want him to be stuck. Yeah. And so that's my thing. And I want to open up opportunities for him. So that's my thing. Yeah.
Are you biracial?
I am. My dad's black. My mom's white. My mom's mixed with a bunch of stuff. So, and my dad is black, and I think his grandmother was 100% Cherokee Indian. Yeah. So it's probably why my nose is shaped like that.
Yeah. Were there any like battles for you, like being Like, do you feel like your mom always understood you as a biracial man?
There was a time period growing up that I felt like um it was so from my no, I never felt anything from my parents.
Yeah.
No, it's all love from my parents,
Yeah.
never being I think I went through a feeling misunderstood as a kid, teenager type deal, but
more from like the public.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. So I have, over the years kind of felt like, I have taken the criticism of being too white for the black folks or too black for the white folks, So I've had to, deal with that and, dealing with racism hits me different.
Yeah.
Because both y'all are my people are killing my people, type deal. And so I feel like I kind of go through it emotionally a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really dealt with any, racial things devastating from a racial standpoint personally.
So generally speaking, I'll do free promo videos if I don't think you know who I am. Because that could lead to a paid opportunity. It actually happened this week.
Yep.
Fire emoji. But if I know that you know who I am, I have to charge. I've done 4 years of free.
Yep.
I started to reverse the pattern.
Yep.
Break that down to
happen tonight. So we go into a restaurant, we eat food, and I say, you comp the meal, and I'll post your videos this week, right? And so to me, that's some form of payment because I didn't have to come out of pocket. Now, the next step is making sure that cash goes into my pocket when that happens.
Yeah.
And so even though this guy didn't know who I was initially, I still kind of, took the opportunity. But my whole thing has been doing things for free to gain the experience of doing it.
Yeah.
Because then you can take that experience down the street to somebody else that might be willing to pay you to do it.
Yeah.
And so that's just a concept, right? That some people can apply, and that's what I've done. I'm trying to think, what was the paid? So me going to Chick Mex on Hurdle in Buffalo, I just happened to go in there to get something to eat because I thought it looked interesting. So I went in there. I did a video while I was there. The owner started liking a bunch of videos. So I'm like, all right, he likes what I'm doing. And so then I basically hit him up like, yo, I'll come back. I'll do a video. Give me X amount of dollars and I'll post all week for you. And so that was if I didn't do that first video, he never would have known who I was.
Yeah.
And therefore I never would have got paid to come back.
Yeah.
And so that's just, those are things that happen. I'm very possibility driven.
Love this. Yo, listen, this is doing something for somebody because you got to do something. Like a lot of people just expect, all right, man, I rap, sign me right now. And it's just like, where's your music? Like, are you performing? What are you doing?
My man, yeah.
Are you
that
going,
performing thing? We were just talking about that the other day. Like, what can you do? You know
what I'm saying? You got a song with Benny the Butcher?
Yeah.
Saying like,
yeah, man.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Do you have a brand name Buffalo Herd?
Listen,
what are we doing?
I'm about it, man.
I love that. That's so good to hear too.
Putting in the body of work.
Yes.
Before some people overvalue their time before they need to be, and then that shuts down 105.
Right here, episode 105.
Yes, sir.
Talk about it. Come on, the body of work. And
so you need that to be valuable, right? Nobody's going to give you $1 million because you spit a 16 bars.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's how how we going to make that back. So
yeah,
you have to be able to do some more stuff and be able to sustain it, and yeah. So it's that body of work, man, and that's why I'm attracted to my guy Ballis. Ballistic Man. The body of work is there; it's undeniable.
Yeah,
and He's ready. So
listen, for those, Ballistic Man will come up here soon.
Yeah,
okay?
my bad. We a little
so sit tight.
All right.
Pause, take your bathroom break, like, subscribe, and comment, and be back. And we'll be here shortly, okay? But what's your favorite food?
Spaghetti.
You're a pasta guy.
Spaghetti, pasta. Tacos is number 2. And chicken wings is number 3.
I love chicken
wings. Pizza. Chicken wings, pizza is number 3. I say chicken wings number 1.
Like, so if you were on Survivor and you could only bring one food, what would it be?
It's spaghetti.
You'd be all right. You'd be full too. Got carbs. Be all right.
And it's definitely a recession meal, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You buy a box of spaghetti for $1, or a can of tomatoes for $1, and you're eating.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I love that. Blue cheese or ranch?
Blue cheese, buffalo.
Ooh,
baby.
Let's get it.
All day. Come on now. So you ain't from Buffalo if you say you're ranch. Come on now.
So what would you say is like a signature? Does Buffalo have like a signature meal?
Buffalo wings.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So Buffalo. So all right.
That you put the blue cheese on.
That makes sense. Okay? so celery and carrots, or no celery and carrots?
I'm not a celery carrot guy. Come on now. You watch my stuff.
Come on, you watch my stuff. I love that. Love that.
I throw it in because I have to. Listen, I always say, how come I'm not that lucky dude that likes to sit down with a bag of baby carrots and watch the game? Like, I'm just not that dude.
Yeah, I'm not that dude either.
I wish I was. I had a buddy I used to work with, and he's like, yeah, I'm about to watch the fight tomorrow, eat my pomegranate. Like, I'm about to eat pomegranate while you watch the fight? I'm trying to Come on now. I ain't coming over for that.
Yeah. We can talk about it on Monday, bro.
I'm bringing the featured wings, dog.
Yeah. So, how the internet and social media gave us a way to produce content around what we like while providing the ability to monetize it.
Yep. So that's basically what I'm doing and what I've done. I'm in the process right now of really going after the monetization, putting together like some formal presentations to send to bigger brands.
Yeah.
Just put something together for local restaurants that are getting, a huge discount on price.
Yeah.
So I just believe that for some people, they can find a niche around what they like, whatever that is. You like fishing, then you can do content around fishing. And whether that's pictures, videos, writing, or audio, you got 4 different ways to get your stuff out there.
Yeah.
Right? You can talk about it. You can be seen talking about it. You can produce action videos around it. You can do audio around it. Like, this could be an audio clip that we're doing now. So,
yeah, this is definitely going to release on audio. So, this is going to release on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
So for some people that aren't comfortable in front of the video and they never want to be, maybe you write good and that's how you distribute your stuff, right?
Yeah.
You write about fishing and that's how you gain attention for it or whatever. So I just feel like there's so many there's multiple different ways to go about it. But I think it's definitely an opportunity that we didn't have before, especially with the social media platforms. What I'm trying to get people to realize is that back in 1995, for me to get 100 million views would have cost me how much to go through traditional TV, radio, billboards, right? For me to get that attention, how much money would I have had to pay?
Yeah.
And so we have the opportunity to use these free platforms to distribute our content, to be able to do something with ourselves that can eventually be monetized.
Absolutely. So I got these all from like your Facebook status.
I love it. Yep. So, I can tell.
So that's where I did my little homework.
Yeah.
But betting on yourself.
Betting on myself.
I think we could both attest to that. Before you answer about betting on yourself.
Yep.
My version of betting on myself. So my mom has recently, I think because she's like, someone she knows told her like, oh, I saw your son's nonprofit. And I think my mom didn't really understand when I told her about Slice of Excellence. She was kind of like, oh yeah, that's good. How much does it pay? And I was just like, it's not, it's for the kids, for the community.
I know.
Like, hello, like this is not for that, you know, even though something will follow eventually in the beginning stages of a nonprofit, it's about giving.
Yeah.
And it's about organizing events and getting your name out there and having impact. Because my formula is impact equals income. So,
Absolutely.
you know, so for her, I never forget it. When I told her that I was having a son. Now, mind you, I was 27. I wasn't 21 or younger or anything like that. I was a more established man, you could say. And she's like, what are you successful at? And at the time, I had already graduated college on time. I had already played 2 professional seasons in the pros. I had already won Coach of the Year. And I was I still am, one of the top baseball coaches in New York City. So for my mom, though,
yeah, I know
that city job safety net of driving the 15 bus for the MTA is her version of success. She wanted something safer for me.
That's what's
And I'm not a safe guy. Like, I'm not a content, sit here and let you make my life miserable kind of person.
Yep.
Especially since young, you know, I started coaching when I was in college. So I already knew going out, like, this is what I'm going to do until something else happens. But I love working with children, after school programs, private lessons, coaching teams. Like, it's a lot of work, but you do get, you do make money.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it and I loved it. And I never woke up like, I don't want to go here.
Yeah.
I never felt that.
Yep.
One summer working construction.
And that's what I love for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love that for you. Not that it's paying you. Do you love it?
I adore it.
You know, like so yeah, I love it, man. I love that.
You know, so Mom, I love you. I'm your most successful child. Just embrace it.
Yeah.
You know, life will be good.
Yeah. So the definitions of success, I've realized, is very different, for people. And I know
by generation,
even maybe over the next year or two, like, I might take some criticism for certain, success or whatever. It's not from that I'm having it, but people like, you ain't really making enough, you ain't really banking, right? Or, people talking junk or, so, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
What I've realized is that, for me, it's about, I feel like I've served well. In the 20 years that I was a surgical technologist, I was known, to always say yes. People would always ask me if I got mad because I was a yes guy and I did everything that I could for others.
Yeah.
And I was just, I got to the point where it's okay. I feel like it's really okay. And I hope that other people respect and appreciate the fact that I really feel like I've served well and I'm actually trying to have fun for the rest of my life. And I feel like I can do that and make money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's maybe something
I'm here for that.
That's going to be tough. I'm going to get criticized for that. Like, because some people are like, the contribution to society.
Yeah.
Right. How is eating that food a contribution? Right. Being a doctor or whatever is more of a contribution. And I really feel like that the way we view it of success and like being happy or, valuing what somebody does, I think a lot of that needs a change in perspective, for people but what I'm happy about is that I can't be moved by anybody talking about anything because I'm confident, in what I'm doing and where it's all going. So
that's crazy.
I'm not scared to take L's publicly.
Yeah, that's a fact. You got to take your L's publicly. You're going to take your wins, both of them publicly. Interestingly enough, I was talking to my guy, Jody. Shout out to my guy, Jody Ventura. Shout out to all the people. This is the first time I'm going to say this school's name. Shout out to all my people at Success Academy that I came in with. The Yao group chat. Those are my people. Bianca, Tyler, Christina, Arena. We all rallied together as new teachers in this group chat in this place that was tough to maneuver through. And that school was the birth of Slice of Excellence when I was working there. And I was working in a neighborhood that was about 12 blocks from where I grew up. So to me, that was like working for the Yankees. That was like playing. I feel like I put on the pinstripes. Like I'm really in my community as an educator.
Yeah.
But that was a tough system and a tough structured organization to maneuver through, you know. But Slice of Excellence got a lot of criticism there. And it's unhealthy. It goes against what it is that we stand for, this healthy eating guidelines. But it's like, yo, listen, it's pizza dough and pizza dough and cheese. I mean, dough, cheese, and sauce. That's all it is. And it's a reward. And it's for something. It's not like I sent it to them because I felt like it. Like this child scored the best score in the classroom. So I sent him pizza to his house.
Yep.
And he had pizza with his siblings and his parents.
That could be such an awesome and, something that, because I loved on Friday nights looking forward to getting pizza maybe at my friend's house or something. Like, I remember that. It was a highlight.
It was a highlight.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine just being home, sitting across my son, and somebody sent pizza for his academic excellence. That's what's going to change the narrative in our communities is doing fly shit for our kids.
Absolutely.
I definitely got to give a shout out to Snipes. Snipes USA, y'all held it down at that event in the South Bronx at your new Southern Boulevard location.
Dope.
They let me bring 30 kids from the Bronx to their location.
Wow.
And they gave 30 kids $100 gift cards. So they went sneaker shopping. They bought Nike shorts, hats, gray rims, whatever they wanted. That was the most fly shit I ever done in my life.
Love it, man.
That felt better than when I won a championship in Europe.
Yes.
To see those 30 kids shocked, like, this dude is from the Bronx. And he brought us here. And I know their principal I think Holmes, he's like in higher up in their school, right? Holmes, shout out to Jamel Holmes. Definitely check out the Holmes Experience. I met him in Sunday school as a kid. So I met him when I was 8 years old. And then Damien, who, Mr. Hodge, he's like a counselor at the school. And he's from my block. So those are 3 dudes from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Advocating for these 30 kids.
Love it.
And they all got to go, get falafel back to school.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? So that's probably one of the flyest things I've done so far. And it's only the beginning. Because me and Snipes are going to partner to do a lot more events. But I'm so thankful for that. Like, for what they gave out, for what the experience they gave those kids. It meant the world to me.
Yes.
And just to be there as like the face of it, you can say. It's overwhelming, but it's like, it's a good overwhelming.
That's inspiring, man. Absolutely.
March 3rd, 2020. 6,307 views. 4 videos later, 273,000 views with your son. He was there.
Might have. So that was what date was that?
That was March 3rd, 2020. And 4 videos later, he hit 273,000.
Yeah. So that was the first video that popped on TikTok for me. And that was a video that I put together of him putting a Mentos in a Dr. Pepper bottle, and it like makes it splash up with the foam.
Yeah.
And so I had him come and put that in the bottle while I was sitting there with it outside. I was just sitting there holding it casually. And I had him come and just kind of put it in there casually and then walk away, and it splashes in my face. And, so that was the first video that got popping.
Yeah.
And so I was just trying to, at that point. So my whole thing has been to document my process.
Yeah.
And I feel like could be a time coming where I'm not as
accessible.
Yeah. So because I feel like there is also there's some opportunity there from what I've done to even monetize off of that from the, fan bases of the world of, exclusive content and paying for that. And if you want to hear what I'm talking about when it comes to business moves and stuff like that, then you're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah. Fact.
And so, because like he was saying earlier, game being, sold, not told, in a sense. But I've also had the mindset that, I've been somebody that's looked at the internet and social media as a way to use it, not to be used by it. And like just posting random things about you or what you're doing, I think can be beneficial. Like somebody could criticize, like, who cares if they got a headache? Why would they post if they got a migraine? What that could do is that could then, somebody could see that also struggles with migraines, that could be like, oh, I just went and seen this doctor in Indiana, helped me out a lot. I can tell them about that. And maybe that's how you get help for your migraines, just because you posted that you had a migraine today. And so that's something that the way I look at it, and that's just perspective to how you are looking at a post. Can I help that situation? You know, what is like, you know, so that's just kind of how I view it. And so that's why for me, I had no problem posting 12 to 15 times a day on Facebook when I was going hard 4 years ago, because it's just me expressing me, and, you know, just this is what I'm thinking.
And you never know who feels the same way or who's experiencing the same situation. And interestingly enough, Slice of Excellence was born a couple years before I actually knew I was gonna decide to send kids pizza, because as a new teacher, I had poor performance. I had bad numbers, teacher. So my principal was like, "You got to figure this out." You know, he's like, "Read your clause in your contract," and you know, it's at will firing. So the message was clear without her saying it. So I was just like, listen, you know what? Highest test score on Friday gets pizza. And the whole morale and everything about the energy in my class changed. And, you know, Abel was the first guy, you know, and, you know, history was told. But before that, going back to what you said about how it connects people, how your story may connect to someone else, and you may get information that you didn't have from that post. Excuse me. I was buying dollar slices. You know, we're downtown. Dollar slices are everywhere. So I would buy dollar slices for homeless people, and I'd give them 2 hot slices and a bottle of water. Anywhere I was in the city, I'd get them pizza. Even if it was a regular pizza shop, I'd buy for them. You know, I'm walking around the city. You know, I have 5 lessons a day, $100 a person. I have tons of cash in my pocket. Like, I can give away a couple dollars. Doesn't matter. So the one time I actually, mind you, I did this all the time. The one time that I posted it, you didn't even see the homeless person. You just saw me giving it to them and them thanking me. A bunch of people reached out to my sister and was like, "Hey, what's up with your brother? Like, he's always doing stuff for show." And honestly, I don't know who all you guys are. I'm going to choose violence for 1 second, but fuck all of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like that's just how I feel right now.
Sometimes the inspiration is okay, and it is a positive. Like, I find it as inspiration.
So you know what I responded to my sister? I sent her the screenshots of everybody telling me that's a good idea. I'm going to do that tomorrow.
I think respecting that maybe a homeless person's privacy of not putting them on the video.
And I can understand that. My innocent heart and my pure intention. And mind you, it wasn't like it was my first time. Like, I do this all the time. And I even have friends, when we go out, we do it together. Like, we buy like as much pizza as we can with the cash we have and give it away to people. You know, because we're downtown and we're at the straggler hours. But I showed my sister something. Like, it's not like whatever. And mind you, this is before the word clout was out. But whatever you think I am, I'm not that person. You know what I'm saying? I can help.
I deal with,
and I will, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That it doesn't go that far for me. And whatever negativity you want to put into this good situation.
What is the, maybe you can explain it to me, because I'm trying to understand the negative clout comments from what it means. Like, I really don't know what people mean when they say it in a negative standpoint, because I can only go off of the definition. And so I'm trying to understand what is doing that for clout, or he's just chasing clout, or like where's the negative? Because clout is basically having an impact by saying or doing something. That's all it is, especially in a political or business sense. That's the definition. So who doesn't want to, when they say something, to have an impact?
I got you. Okay. So ballistic, me, you know, how old are you? 26. All right, so we're like more like mid 90s and back, all of our ages, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we come from a morals and principles era, right? Where, if you're a real dude, you're not going to bend or fold your morals and principle for a situation. If you're real, you're real. If you're not, you're not. You're not going to vary it per situation. So with the thing about clout is you compromising your integrity and who you are to bend as far as you can bend for a situation that may get you 100,000 likes. So I think when it comes to the clout chasing, I think that's the negative connotation around it, as far as you going way outside of your character to do something.
So for me personally, like, I'm comfy with any criticism that comes with the clout comments.
Yeah.
When it comes to views and likes, like, I get criticized, like, people thinking I'm just doing it for views and likes.
Yeah.
But the reality is, this past year, apart from my Instagram blow up, like, my TikTok started losing followers, because for me, it's me trying to align myself with where it's all going.
Yeah.
Not what do I got to do right now, because I can't get stuck just catering to right now, and I got to do what I got to do right now to get this. I'm trying to constantly set up and position for the long term. So I started using music. I built my TikTok account not using music.
Yeah.
TikTok doesn't like when I use music. It doesn't like my account using music.
Yeah.
It doesn't like it. So I know that I got the best chance sitting down and talking.
Yeah.
And so, but I did start using music, and I started using music that wasn't kid friendly.
Yeah.
I would use a Benny or Conway song, that, had swearing or something, but I know the algorithm doesn't like that for my content.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is the direction I'm going. So, when it comes to, like, I post videos all the time that I know aren't going to go viral. Yes, I could pour orange juice on my head all the time and try to go viral.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm basically trying to, set it up to where, I can do what I do.
Yeah. So you were under 10K for a couple weeks.
I was what?
You were like under 10K for a couple weeks.
On Instagram?
On TikTok.
Oh, okay.
And then boom, 330K. Right? But then 10K and better. What clicked?
So when you're saying 10K followers, views?
Views.
Okay, so my TikTok, when it comes to views on TikTok, what I noticed was that I started out getting the 50, 75 views, right? But I was consistent. I was driven to make this happen. When I first started TikTok, I thought it was going to be my artwork platform. I started doing artwork stuff.
Yeah.
But I just started watching content and kind of just trying different stuff. And I forgot where I was going with that. So what I noticed was I was getting those little views, but the consistency, and then when you have a video pop, that kind of can put you into a new viewer authority.
Yeah.
And so I would watch my views go. It was very obvious when I would watch my videos, I would get 1,000 to 3,000 views. At one point, it was 1,000 to 3,000 views pretty much for a pretty good section of posts. And you go down, and I would have a video get 80,000 views, one post.
Yeah.
And then you kind of look down, it's like, okay, that put me in a little different category. Now I'm getting 5,000 to 7,000 or 3,000 to 5,000 views.
Yeah.
All right, I had another video pop. Oh, that video got 250,000. All right, now you go down a little bit. Oh, now I'm getting 7,000 to 9,000 pretty much per post.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what it then. So for me, volume on TikTok is what works.
Yeah.
I'm watching accounts right now grow simply from volume and the comedy basically behind a guy standing in front of the camera.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything but sipping Dunkin' Donuts coffee, but what he does is write funny captions above his head. He might post 4 to 5 videos within an hour every day, but he doesn't have to do nothing but stand there in front of the video, take a sip of Dunkin' Donuts, put something funny above his head. He's got over 250,000 followers, and he's about to catch me quick.
Yeah.
I've been watching it. I watch him under 100,000, and I keep checking on his account. I'm like, he's proven the volume.
Yeah, the volume. Yeah.
Because once you catch on TikTok, I feel like that's when it's time to go. Volume hard. That's if your focus is to grow your account.
So, lastly, we got 3 more things, but we met virtually a couple months ago at the beginning of 2022.
This is the exact power of the internet.
Right, power of the internet. I saw your content. I love what you do. And, Slice of Excellence is young and growing, but I was like, I introduced to you what I do.
Yep.
And you said yes so fast. And then you got kind of emotional. You were like, wait, you're really doing this for the kids? And so what made you want to be a part of that collaboration with Slice of Excellence?
I think the heart behind it, plus it's very brand friendly for what I do. And I'm excited for what's going to happen over the next 5 to 10 years of us doing what we do. I'm a big fan of the relationship, of having a relationship, but then also being patient for that magic moment that will happen.
Yeah.
So
beautiful, man. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it got, I think 100,000 views, something like that.
I think it got up to
130,000, and so many people reached out, and it definitely.
I was glad Papa John's was able, even if maybe nothing happened, but maybe
got on the radar.
Maybe that person that works for them, you're on their radar. Because maybe I notice with social media sometimes, the person running social media, or maybe sending messages, making any decisions or anything.
Because that's what happened with Snipes. The person that I was emailing was a one-man show running the community outreach, and now he has a number 2, and the number 2 reached out to me. So, things take time, but stay consistent, keep working.
Yep.
What would be the message to your younger self?
Stay patient. You're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I said, I went through a very depressive stage while working at the hospital and trying to figure out how I can get out there doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And, that's why I'm not scared to be honest about certain things.
Yeah.
And even if that is something that puts you in a depressive state, I feel like that might be okay, because that's what put me into overdrive mentality of I can't do.
Yeah.
But the depression of it, it was real.
Yeah.
The anxiety. I built an anxiety.
Yeah.
Working, that job.
So usually we say message to the youth, but we're going to say message to the young content creators.
Yeah. I'm very about the creative. I want to be an example for the creative.
Yeah.
What
advice would you give them?
I'll put it like, this is how I feel.
Yeah.
From a creative.
Yes.
I just don't feel like you have excuse.
Yeah.
Than to show the world what you can do.
Yes. I love that.
Put it like that.
I love that.
And so there's different, ways of going about that. Like I said, the different ways of, doing the content.
Yeah.
Writing, right? Speaking, audio, visual. So, yeah.